Okay. So in the loop control, what I'm repeating again, what we have learned in our last class in loop control. In loop control, we will have uh, we will have control, some kind of control. If there is any condition we wanted to meet up and we wanted to get exited from loop, so we will put some condition, and there will be a break condition. And if we at the same time, if we don't wanted to break it, and if we wanted to continue any kind of loop, so we will have one more statement, one more condition, which is continue. Okay. So this is what we have learned in our loop control. And at the same time, what we have learned, we have start learning about the functions. Okay. As I explained you in our last class, what is the function? Function is a group of reusable code, which we can easily called anywhere in our program. Okay. We need to make some kind of components of our code, so we call that component as a function, and we can easily save anywhere. Okay. So actually, why we are using function, this eliminate the needs of rewriting writing code, same code, and again and again. It help the programmer like you to write in modular code like that. So a function allow programmers to divide a big program into a number of small and meaningful function. If you wanted to, for example, you write a table function, you wanted to write a table, so you can make a table function as a separate, so there is just table is one of example of the function, but we can use this function in many ways. Okay. So what we have learned about the function, we learn about the function definition. Okay. So how we specify the function definition, how we can easily write any function, and how we call any function in in a program. Okay. So what we learned today, we will repeat the function definition. We will repeat calling a function, how we call a function. And today we will discuss about function parameters. Okay. What are the function parameter? What is the nested function? What is the function constructor? And what is the function literals? So let's not waste our time, and we will start learning what we have learned last time. Okay. Again, this script is this function is written in my screen. Okay. What we have, write one function with the name, one function name is say hello. Okay. Say hello is what it's right. It's right hello. For last time we have called this Ryan. Um, mm, let's call Umar Zia. Okay. Hello Umar Zia and Ryan and other students. Okay. Saif and other student. Okay. Okay. So this is our function. So which right, this is right, this thing. And how we will call this function? Again, we can call function, usually we call the function in the body side. Okay. The body element in under HTML, we already learned what is the body, what is head, what is HTML tag, and each and everything we learned. Okay. What we did, we create a paragraph, we create a form. Under the form, we will call input type. Input type is a button, and on button I said on click. When button on click, it say hello, and the value say hello. Okay. Whatever value we are having, it should return here, and we can say end. Let's see what is the result for that function. I'm copying path, copy path, and paste it here. See, click the following button. I say hello Marzia, Ryan, and Saif. So we can make modified as per our convenient. Okay. So this is what we have learned in our last class. If there is any question, anything, let us clarify at this moment. Otherwise, I'm going ahead to the next class, next subject. Well, well. Okay. Now we are not the next thing we need to learn about what? I am copying and pasting here. Also, I am pasting this thing on your uh, message as well. Okay. Okay. So now we are learning function parameter. Okay. What happened right now? Right now, we are just calling a function, defined function, which is return what the value, the hard coded value, basically the hard coded value which we are writing over here. So till now we have seen function without parameters. There is no parameter, but there is a facility to pass different parameter. For example, if you wanted to pass different value in the function, you can do it while while calling a function. These pass parameter can be captured inside the function, and any manipulation can be done over those parameters. A function can take multiple parameters separately by commas. Okay, let's see an example for that. How we can easily call that function. Okay, uh, let's say I have the same function which is say hello, but in between there is no any value in this parenthesis. When we will call any value, we will define in this parenthesis, okay, in round bracket. Okay, what I am doing, I am calling name and age. Okay, I am calling two function. Okay, and at the same time, what I do, instead of this thing, I will say name plus. Whenever I say plus, it means I'm called concatenate. I am merging two different parameter. This is not addition. If I will do addition, it will be plus plus. Plus means concatenate. Okay, concatenate with is. Okay, again I say plus, concatenate with age. Okay, age. I say plus, I said years old. Fine. Now what happened? I will pass name parameter and age parameter. Okay. And my function should return name, whatever I pass. For example, name Omar is age. Omar is this age year old. Okay. Let me use the same thing, same paragraph. Call the function button. To call the function, I will create a form. Input type is button. On click say hello. Now under say hello, what I should put? I should put two parameters value. Okay. Here I define parameter name, but here I have to put value. For example, uh, Zaya. Okay, Zaya. And another parameter is what? I said 16. Okay, please note one thing. I defined Zia in quoted value, but 16 is not quoted because whenever I'm talking about string, I have to define with quoted value. Whenever I define with number, I define as normal number. Okay, so I will pass this value to this function, and it will be end. Let's see what is the performance of this thing. Okay, uh, I go there, I refresh my screen, refresh, say hello. Zaya is 16-year old. Which Zaya? It will be Umar Zaya. Okay, let us see, refresh it. You see, Umar Zia is 16-year old. Because I passed this value, Umar Zia, 16 years over here. So this will automatically come. Instead of this, I will say Ryan. Ryan, how old are you? Ryan, can you say something? Not type, say something.
Nine then?
Huh?
Nine.
9, very good. Okay. Ryan is 9-year old. Okay. Let's see what my program say. I'll refresh it. Ryan is 9-year old. Okay. So this is how we passing value at the parameter level. Any question, any confusion? I'm sure I'm not going too much fast. My pace is very low, right? So I hope you guys are understanding what I am teaching you. So please be focused on it. And if there is any question, please ask me quickly. Okay, before I will move to the next chapter. Okay, now there is a return statement actually. Okay, let us run what is the return statement. Huh? In return statement in Java function can have an optional return statement. Okay, this required if you want to return a value from a function. This statement should be the last statement of a function. Okay, for example, you can pass two numbers in a function, and then you can expect the function to their addition or multiplication or something like that in your calling program. Okay, so how you do that? Okay, for doing this, you need to create a, for example, what I do, I will create a new function. I'll say the function name. Okay, let me remove everything from here. Okay, let's rewrite the code. What I have function. Uh, let's have the function name as concatenate. Okay, this is our function. I am passing value first and last. Okay, there is two value I'm passing over here, and under curly braces I have to define statement of the function. So first I will define some variable. My variable, I will say full. Okay, uh, full is equal to first plus last. Okay, this is my statement, and I say return. Now this is the new word. So whenever we call any function, it should return some value. What I return, I said full. Whatever is coming first and last, it should be come under full. Okay, now what I am doing, let me create another function. Another function name is second function. Okay, second function. And under second function, I'm not going to define any value over there. I just say curly bracket open, variable result. I will pass. Okay, whenever you finish anything, you don't forget to finish with semicolon. I'll say result equal to, I'm going to call my function over here, concatenate. Concatenate. Concatenate function is coming here. I'll say, I'll say what? Okay, Umar Zia, and next will be Ryan. Okay, I call this thing, and at the same time I will say document dot write, and I'll call my result over here. Okay, so what I did, I will call function in a function. Okay, so at the same time we learn both the things. I'll call function in a function and also the result over there. Okay, now what I'm doing, uh, only I only create two function, but I did not call anywhere. Okay, so how I call, I have to use my body. Okay, I close head this one. Okay, let me take the same thing, uh, and input type as button, on click, and on click what I call, I will call, I will call, can anyone tell me second function or concatenate? Which one I should call here? I will call second function because in second function I am already calling first function, right? So there is no use to call first function again. So I already define my all value under the second function. Okay, and the value should be, I say, call function. Okay, this will be my value. Now I will save this one. Let me refresh this thing. Okay, call function Umar Zaya Rayan. Okay, so you see, this is merging right now. Okay, how I will make a space over here, or Umar Zia is 16-year old. I will call that like that. Okay, let's see. Call function Umar Zia is 16-year old. So now you understand how we do the return statement. So we have learned about the return statement. So how we return anything over here. Okay. So you know how to return a value in a function. Okay. There is lot to learn about in this JavaScript function, but at the same time you have to explore by yourself. Okay, I am giving you basic idea how we can create function, how we call function. So now this is your uh, what you call that creativity. So and you have to apply whatever you are thinking in the function side. Okay. See, now what we are going to do, we already learned return, we already learned function, this one, function definition, and that thing. Now let's learn something about the nested function. Okay. Uh, what is the nested function? It was, it, we can easily nest it, uh, two function, like as we discussed earlier in previous chapter, how we can create a function, but here we call we create two function and then call the second function. But if I wanted to create a function within a function, so how we do that? Okay, so let us learn this thing, how we can create function within a function. Okay, what we do, okay, I am going to remove each and everything again, this part. Okay, under the script I do function hypotenesis, so I say hypo. Okay, hypotenesis, I have a comma b, and let me define the function. uh, I will say function square. See what I am going to do, I am defining another function under the function. Okay, so what it do, function square, I'll say x, it will be some value. Okay, which should return, I'll say return x multiply by x. Fine. So what happened, it will give me square value. Okay, so and at the same time I have to put return condition. Return, there is another function math dot square root. Okay, this is built-in function, I'm calling a built-in function math square root. Okay, math square root, it will be squaring square a, whatever value I am giving in a, plus it will concatenate square b. Okay, so now we are learning something about the mathematics within the function. So there is a function and I am nesting the function with this thing. Okay, let's define another function, which is our second function. Okay, function, second function, second function will be like this one. I don't need to pass any parameter. I will say variable result. Okay, result, and what result should show me? Result should show me is equal to hypothesis hypo. Okay, hypo is coming here, and I'm passing value 1 comma 2. Let's make it simple. Okay, 1 comma 2, and my document dot write, what it should write, it should give me result. Okay, result, and again this thing will remain same. My body type, on click it should call second function, value should be call function, or I'll say call math function. Okay, call math function. I refresh it, I save it, let us refresh it here. You see, we have call math function, the value is this one, 2.23, right? Let us change some value over here. Instead of 1 comma 3, I'll say 2 comma 6. Okay, let us see what will be the value here. You see, now square root is coming over here, so it's automatically give us this square root of a and b, whatever value we are passing over here, it's automatically, is give us this result. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to use different parameter inside the function and then try, and you need to use entirely in different way according to your math need and requirement. Okay, hope up till here everyone understand what we have learned. Okay, I'll copy this thing over here. Hold on. Basic difficulties. Okay, it will be okay. I paste all the things over here whatever we have learned so far. Now let's learn something new. Okay, in the function we have something like constructor. Okay, the function statement is not the only way to define a new function. You can define your function dynamically using function constructor along with the new operator. Okay, when we are using new operator, we can say our function that we are going to construct something. you know what is the constructor? Constructor is a terminology from object oriented programming. Okay, I will explain you something about, let's have one lecture on object oriented programming as well separately. But when we are, because this JavaScripting also is a object oriented programming language, so we easily call this constructor over here. So you may not feel comfortable for the first time, but which is okay, but we will use this function constructor over here. Okay, how we will use this constructor, I will explain you this thing. uh, when we will using this constructor, how we'll use it. Okay, for example, I will define variable name. Okay, I'm just explaining you some syntax is equal to new. Okay, and function, whatever our function name, function, there will be argument 1, argument 2, and so on. Okay, and after that we can define function body. Okay, so this is our syntax for the constructor. Again, in the function constructor, it's expect any number of a string argument. The last argument is the body of the function. It can contain any arbitrary JavaScript statement or separated from each other by a semicolon. Okay, so we learn through the example how we can do it. Okay, and let's do one example by using the same syntax which we are using over here. Okay, so what, instead of variable name, I will define as variable name as func. Okay, I'll say new. I'll keep it like that. Function. Argument 1, I will say this will be our x. Argument b, it will be our y. Okay, and comma, it will return some value. What is return? Return x multiplied by y. See how easy it is. Like, in one statement I define function as a constructor. Okay, and I define function variable, and also at the same time I define what will be the returns. Okay, same time let's define as function, second function, our second function, second function, I'll say this one, and variable result. Again, result, and what will be the result? Result is equal to our func is coming here, function. I'll pass to value 10 comma 20, let's say. Okay, so what it will do, it will multiply these two values. Okay, this is how you can define it. And at the same time I will say document dot write. Okay, document dot write, what it will give me, it will give me result. Okay, it will give me result. Okay, and call multiply function. Okay, I'll save this record. Let's see what will be the result. This call multiply function, it will 200, right? Okay, instead of this thing I will say 10 multiplied by 10, it will be 100, right? So let's see, my program is giving me 100. Yes. Okay, so at the same time I call this multiply function, and you can easily use it over here. Okay, so I copy this part. What happened? Okay, it's coming over here. Okay, fine. So you guys can use it uh, as per your learning and whatever knowledge we have gained so far. Okay, so we already learned about the constructor and how we do it. Okay, now the last topic which we are going to cover about the literals. You see, in latest JavaScript, it introduced the concept of function literals, which is another new way of defining function. Okay, a function literal is an expression that define an unnamed function. Okay, so let me go back to our this one. Okay, I'm not going to remove this one. I'll only remove here this variable. Okay, so what is the syntax of literals? Okay, in literals the syntax is very easy and simple. What we do, we will define variable, then variable name, and then what happened, we will say function, and here we will say argument list, and after argument list we will define with the curly braces, and then we will define function body. Okay, this is our syntax, the complete syntax. We will do it. Okay, and let's uh, let's do it through one example. Okay, we'll have the same example of the multiplication which we have used in our last learning. We have variable name. Okay, we will say variable name as func. Okay, the same thing. The function name, I will say argument list we have x comma y. Okay, we have two argument, two parameters. I'm going to define it here. And under this function body I simply return what I return, x multiplied by y. Okay, I return these two things. Okay, and under the function statement we have result variable, we have function, we call it function. Document dot write, instead of 10 multiplied by 10 I will say 100 multiplied by 200, let's say. Okay, 200. Okay, and at the same time let us define our body. Okay, in our body, call multiply function, um, in the same way I refresh it. click call multiply function. You see, it's multiply with these two values and give me the result. Instead of this, let me say 50. Okay, 100 multiplied by 50. What will be the result? 5000. Okay, so this is how we uh, define function with the literal way. Okay, so we have learned about the literal things in today's lecture. So this is how we define of the function. We define our function with the with the nested function, with the function constructor, and with the function literal. So please let me know if there is any query, any question from your side. So I am ready to answer you. Otherwise, I am wrapping up today's lecture, and inshallah, in next lecture we will learn about some advanced things. Maybe we learn about events. What is event? Okay, let me explain you something about event. Okay, but we will cover in detail about even in our next class. But let me explain you about event because this is linked with our function. When you interact with JavaScript with HTML, HTML is handled through some event that occur when user or the browser manipulate any page. You know, you whenever you manipulating any page, these events are occurring. For example, when you open any page, when you perform any action in the page, so these events are occur. For example, when the page loads, it is called an event. When the user click a button, that click to is an event. Other example event is include event like pressing any key. You know, for example, you press a key in the keyboard, you press space bar in keyboard, you press escape in keyboard. This is also kind of event. Okay, um, you closing a window, you resizing a window. This is all event. Being a programmer, we can use these events to execute JavaScript coding responses, which cause button to close window, messages to be displayed to a user, data to be validated. For example, I wanted to validate any data uh, through function like 2 multiplied by 2 should be 4. So this kind of data I need to perform dynamically as well. So instead of uh, because right now I hard coded all the values for you, but in future you can easily uh, let user to input that data in any field, and you can call that data and perform your function accordingly. Okay, so you can easily validate that data. And virtually another type of response image, so you can do it any kind of response through that function, through that event. Actually, event are a part of a document object module. Okay, we will learn this DOM part and advanced JavaScripting. But just for in order for you to learn this thing, HTML element contains a set of event which can trigger JavaScript. Okay, again we will trigger all of our events and all of our JavaScripting by using of our HTML thing. Okay, so we will learn many events in our next class, which include on click event type. We will learn on submit event type, on the button we will learn this one. We will learn something about on mouse over, on mouse out. For example, when you click on mouse, when you over on any object with your mouse, so there is also event. Okay, so we will learn each and everything inshallah in our next class by having some example. And also we will learn something about cookies, what are the cookies. Okay, and we will learn in detail about the cookies in our next class inshallah. And also there is another topic which is page redirect, how we will redirect the page. So these three things we will learn in our next class. and inshallah I'm looking forward from your side to learn more about the function and get back to me with your assignment also, because I am not receiving assignment from your side nowadays. Please coordinate with Abdul Rahman and start submitting your assignment, your next assignment, to do more research on how function are working, and also your assignment to uh, easy way to learn JavaScript. There is many exercises are available. So what you need to do, you need to start taking out all those exercises. If there is any complication, if you are feeling any difficulty, please get back to me. Otherwise, there is nothing difficult in the easy way, easy way to learn JavaScript. So please follow all the step which they are guiding on the online, and inshallah you will learn tremendous things. Okay, so we are moving forward to get into our first project on JavaScripting. Inshallah, by the next class, I will assign you one more project on the JavaScripting, which you can easily deploy uh, on your what you call it, portfolio page. Okay, so thank you, gentlemen, students. So inshallah, we will learn so many new things in our next class, inshallah. So thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.